Hey gamers, I am centaurianmudpig. Welcome along to the Technomancer, an RPG game set in the future on the planet Mars. I've been playing this for a while now, and I have attempted several times to record some footage, yet because of my recording and audio video setup, there were some problems. Hopefully, having recorded this several times, I have now fixed it. I've checked it all. It all seems to be working. Let's hope that it comes just fine as we record this now. So, just a note off the bat. While I was just looking through Steam, there was another recommended game called Mars Warlogs, I think it was called. And I thought it looked pretty similar to the Technomancer, so I had a quick look, and sure enough, it's by Focus Interactive and made by Spiders, the very same people involved with this one. And it seems to have a very similar story, so I don't know if this is sort of a reboot of that, or just a set in the same setting with a different story in the same universe. I don't know. So, what I'm going to do for this video, guys, is basically go through the first hour, which pretty much serves as a tutorial. Before I do that, I'll just show you what sort of stuff is in here for those interested. PC Master Ratio. So we've got mouse and keyboard or gamepad setup. We've got redefinable keys for keyboard and mouse, but not redefinable for gamepad. Currently got my gamepad unplugged. It seems that it is set up for the Xbox 360 pad, as we can see through this graphic. But it is worth noting, if you've got any input device, like joystick, it will pick it up. So I've got a Cytec X52 Pro, for those who don't know, and if I had that plugged in, then the game would pick up the input from that, as well as any other device plugged in, such as the 360 pad. So you may wish to unplug these devices or any other additional devices when you are playing this game. The developer is aware of this. There was a post on the Steam forums back several months ago saying they're letting Q&A know about it, but there hasn't been any patches to address it so far, several months on after it got noticed. Anyhow, we've got the save and quit button. I would have thought this would take us out all of these, but no, it only saves and quits from the current menu option you were in. We've got control options, so yeah, you can define keyboard, mouse or gamepad. We've got keyboard and mouse, so we might as well stick with that. Game options, difficulty, tutorials, etc. Basic audio, master, effects, music, dialogue. Yeah, in the audio I did turn down the music by default because all of it was whacked up to 100%, and you might find it a bit too much when it comes to dialogue, even though we've got subtitles on. Video, bunch of options in here. It seems the game has set this to a maximum, should I say? Yeah, maximum settings based on what default option. I don't know whether it's to do with my hardware or not, whether it auto detected. It didn't give any indication to auto detecting. I definitely do not know what this dynamic resolution does. Field of vision, it'd be nice to know what value is that. Is that like 60? Is that 90? How much it goes up to? We do not know. And then we've got brightness settings, which would come up when you first play. And credits, which we don't care about, to be honest, at this point. But yeah, credits to the developers for creating a video game. So we're not going to do a continue, we're going to hit a new game, and yes, we don't care about our autosave. We'll stick with normal. Normal is a challenge as it is, so most players may want to try easy mode. But yeah, we'll have a little introductory video setting up those who've the setting of the video game, those who've played Warlogs, or Mars Warlogs, or whatever it's called. You'll be able to tell us if this is any similar or not to
At the source of all life, there is water. On Mars, where it is rare, water is a source of conflict,
both do
struggle,
seem to
and death.
revolve around
Since the
water.
turmoil,
So
there
there's
have
a
been
big similarity
wars,
there.
fought over the possession of clean water.
But given that it's set on
We are the
Mars,
forgotten children
pretty
of
much
Earth,
you'd
trapped
expect
in
that
this
to be the
red,
case.
barren wasteland. Here, hell is not a concept. It's our reality. And the reality is that every drop counts.
And
Then there were the
unskippable
unfortunates,
cutscenes.
caught in the full power of the sun's radiation, forced to deform, mutate into unrecognizable monsters.
Yeah, so unfortunately you can't skip these.
The
This
others,
introduction.
the ones who remained similar to our ancestors in likeness, hid under massive metal shells, governed by water corporations. But in the slums, people's lives aren't worth much more than the mutants. And I would know. That's where I spent the first 10 years of my life, under the boot of the Vori. Of course, in despair, there is hope. Some have begun to explore, travel even, from corporation to corporation, leaving their loyalties behind. We have organization, structure, and inevitably, politics. We have rulers, a people's assembly, and far removed from us, the Dowser, the inaccessible face of abundance. And finally, there's us, the elite protectors of the people, the spearhead of the army, my brothers and sisters who all share the same special gift. We are Technomancers.
And that's our intro to Technomancer. Paints a very bleak setting where corporations are ruling the planet. Well, that's not news to you guys because pretty much corporations are already ruling Earth as we talk. Anyhow, we've got some choices to make. We have limited choices for changing the appearance of our character. We've got face type and skin colour. Yeah, let's go with that guy. He looks more interesting. There's also a range of different hairstyles, hair colour. Now these Technomancers seem to all have white hair, so we might go with that, and a bunch of eye colours in there. We'll go with good old blue eyes. We've got talents. So we've got 6 talents to choose from. We've got charisma, which is, I found, good for a start because it allows you to charm other NPCs into providing what you want, information, avoiding battles sort of thing. You know, if you played Mass Effect, then you've got a good idea of what charisma's going to do. For dialogue choices, we have science, so increase the success of in dialogue science. Well, I don't know what it means by dialogue science. It's a bit strange, that one. But we can increase life generation outside of combat and for companions, which obviously is pretty useful. We've got a crafting level, and that'll be for crafting our items. And we can recycle equipment without a workbench, though probably going to do everything around a workbench anyway. We've got stealth. We can make stealth attack on monsters as well. Lock picking and set up traps faster. That could be useful. And exploration, so we get an extra 10% chance of loot. Well, I'm going to go with this one, the science, because it increases life generation and it seems to make a big difference. Now we've also got Constitution, which increases our health and disruption, and also probably how much we can carry. We've got Power level, so energy regeneration is increased. Cause damage by spells is increased, and we need it to equip Technomancer gloves and armour. Got Agility, so this is critical hit increases with weapons and spells, and poison and knocking down, electrocuting people, which is good for the rogue. And we've got the strength, which is good for the warrior class, where we can cause extra hand attacks, disruptions, and equip more powerful arms and weapons. Now, yeah, this one's for Technomancer, I should have mentioned, and this is for our Guardian. So we've got Rogue here, Warrior, Technomancer, Guardian. So I think for this one we're going to go with the increase in health and resistance to disruption. That would be useful, I think, because enemy NPCs do cause quite a fair amount of damage early on in the game.
Scott, you came.
Wouldn't miss it for the world. Sure, my memory isn't what it, but I remember to write things down on my calendar. Though I do sometimes forget what my calendar is. Anyhow, I knew your last cadet mission was today. Any nerves? If it's any consolation, you look more than fit enough.
No, I'm good. I'm ready.
Yes, healthy flush of the skin, no rapid eye movement. You don't look stressed out. Very well, I won't bother you anymore. Oh, but if I can bother you, just a moment. I recently acquired a batch of materials that can improve your gear. It's not much, but I thought you'd like it. Still can't believe you're going to be an officer's suit.
Yeah, me too. Thanks, Scott. It means a lot.
Ah. I fear we've dilly-dallied on pleasantries. Your master, Sean, waits for you in the courtyard. So stiff, that one. I fear his spine is concocted from steel. A spine prosthetic. How interesting. What if... Oh, and stop by the clinic and come shoot the chit-chat. No, that's not... Just don't be a stranger. If you feel ill or need a hand, come see me. I'm always glad to help. Good luck, my boy.
Thank you, Scott.
So that's our friend who we will come across, or you'll come across as you play the game after this tutorial, but during this tutorial that's the last we'll see of him for now. He does come across as a bit of an eccentric chap, that's for certain. So, controls, we've got WASD, move around, mouse to look around. Yeah, okay, so we can already, let's just sheath our item. I'm not ready to see all that combat stuff. F5 does a quick save, I think F8 quick loads. Let's just have a look at... We'll have a look at our stuff. I think we can fully upgrade our stuff if we wanted to at this point. We'll just put damage upgrade on it. And in fact, let's see if we can damage upgrades on all our current weapons. No, that's a shame. Yeah, so each weapon does have different prerequisites for upgrading, so we couldn't upgrade our knife, but we could upgrade our monkey wrench. And can we upgrade our nail gun? Ooh, what a shame. Yeah, so we've upgraded a few for extra damage at this time. We'll move on.
Fucking mancers. Every time they come around, something new is broken. I fix it, they break it again. I fix it, they break it worse. I'm a modern fucking Sisyphus tasked with pissing in the ocean.
Sisyphus. I looked up that word before and I've already forgot what it was. But yeah, you'll trigger some random dialogue from NPC characters. We've also got the bins, anything with a blue light. on it, always worth investigating. Yeah, we can pick up various items, etc. from containers. Just make sure we don't carry too much. We'll just show off this little cutscene showing off some of the Technomancer skills from 2 different classes. So this guy's the warrior with his stick, and the other one is a defensive guardian class, and it looks like electric shocks do not protect you. So that's a lesson you already learned as soon as you come in.
Zachariah, today, as you know, marks your final mission as a cadet. I trust you are prepared.
Of course, Master. Ready, willing, and able.
And a little nervous. Normal and expected. That's why I have gathered.
In the future, soldiers do a little jiggy dance.
To warm up and prepare. It's for you to ace the tests for each fighting technique. Prepare yourself. And once you are ready, join me at the station. From there, a train will take
little jiggy dancing around fire poles.
Thank you, Master.
Oh, you're just cold. Alright, let's go and speak to these guys. You can see we've got exclamation marks. If we hold the F key, we bring up the map into the centre of our screen. The guy over there is going to be the last one we talk to, since that allows us to exit the compound.
If you'd like to practice your technomancy techniques or care to do some staff training, I have time.
But for now, we'll just train our different techniques
Excellent.
and gain a bit of experience in the process. So, warrior combat style. Use Z key, middle mouse button to lock a target, and we can use the mouse wheel for cycling targets, but there's only the one target. So we've got our fast attack, default with the mouse key. We can use the right mouse to dodge an attack, space to disrupt an attack. Now you got to notice that they can be sometimes quicker than you, depending on if it's a light or heavy attack. We'll do an area attack, which we obviously need to do to finish him off. Whoops. And sheath our weapon to finish the training.
Would you care to fight again?
And no, we wouldn't, other than to do control of Technomancy.
My technique had never heard.
Indeed. Remember to attend to your surcharge risk. I would hate to have an accident.
So we can use our Technomancers with any type of skill. I believe this is going to ask us to open up our tab key. But first, let's press the 2 key. So, if you're looking at the bottom, we've got a hotkey. 2 is our current weapon. Well, if I bring that up again, I'll just keep that up. So we've got our stances Z, X and C at the bottom left. We've got our hotkeys. We can see 2 is to electrify our weapon. If you look at the top left, you see those 2 little blue boxes. Well, if I press 2, then it turns to 1, as it looks like it uses whatever these nodes represent, which is sort of like a fluid. Now, what we want to do is assign a hotkey. Just mouse over and press 1 for that. And then, while we're here, you might as well assign a hotkey for health injection and focus injection. So we'll assign electric in the Technomancer, which we've just clicked on there. We select the arcs with the mouse. Then any of your key choices. Well, that's a bit wrong. We just move when it says select, just move it over. If I press left click, then as it says, it uses it immediately. And he hit him. And I think we're in the wrong stance. I'm not sure. can electrocute him.
Would you care to fight again?
And we only get 2 experience, so it's very little, to be honest.
Another time, Master. Thank you.
Of course. Keep in mind, a well-trained staff can be quite formidable. And as you know, the control over our technomancy is what makes us unique.
Yeah, so we'll go and show what the Guardian class can do.
Self-defense training. Sure, why not? That's the spirit. Here we go.
So, interestingly, this is the only class where things are a little different. Because space is the shield bash. Oops.
Care to go again?
Or I'd expect that to be more of a use the shield block and control for the shield bash. Just based on the other skills. But we don't want to go again because there's nothing to be gained from it.
Maybe later. Your call. You're gonna wish you had
Had a bit of difficulty selecting that option then for some reason. And our last training instructor.
Not really in the rule book, so if you do, you need to be discreet.
And this is for the rogue class,
Let's do it.
All right.
which is our X stance.
I'd advise you to not try anything.
Yeah, the lunge happens automatically if you're from a certain distance, but you can't tell if you're within range, otherwise he just performs a basic swing attack, unfortunately.
How much faster you can be in combat with light weapons.
Finish there, we'll just trip this dialogue,
Please let me in. It's imperative I speak
which
to someone in
you
charge.
will find out more about
No civilians are allowed in the barracks. If you have a question,
after you complete the tutorial section.
Please. I'm Corporal Tyron's wife. He should have been back home yesterday.
We'll just skip that and go and leave right now.
You leaving now?
Yep, already ready.
Already ready. And we get to learn a little bit more about this society that we are currently living in.
Stop right there. We're conducting a search.
Look at this piece of shit. Well, what do we have here? Road trash seems lost, don't it? You forget we don't want your kind around here, trash. Move your sorry ass out of here before you find yourself bleeding from both ends. I'm sorry. I didn't ask you to speak. Did I? You useless piece of shit. Why would I want to hear what you have to say? Waste of space. Please, I just... Shut your mouth and just fucking die. Your corpse will feed the rats. At least then you'd have a purpose.
Such a waste of life. A waste of space. Am I right? A rogue is a Zack, right? You can dress him up, but...
Yeah, you can have some dialogue choices. In my original playthrough I did keep silent, but
Fuck off, Alan. Before I...
Zachariah, we're leaving. Certain people are graduating to the rank of officer today.
these dialogue choices may have an effect on karma,
Time or energy. Let us be off.
and also relations with other people in the game.
Look, Zach, we are heading for the dome. It was built by the first settlers, a relic itself.
And what's there for us?
According to reports, looters, who in our interest, it would be best to keep out of the dome.
Well, there is lip syncing in this. It's not 100%, I wouldn't say. But it's loosely close to it, and, you know, fairly acceptable, I would say.
Zachariah, do you remember your first lesson?
On the scarcity of life?
Indeed, the very one. Kill a fellow unfortunate and, in this hell, only the more alone we will become. Disable the looters, but spare their lives.
There is some moral choices in the game, as I'll show you in a moment, as we begin our first combat. So I'll just go finish this guy off. Attacking me. So what we can see is we can search them, but we can also kill them by draining serum.
Please tell me
Serum is used for currency.
failed to teach you the value of life.
It also has a negative effect on our karma. But at the cost of earning some cash. Well, that's the other way. Earn cash at the cost of losing karma. So I won't do any more. That was just for testing purposes. More to see what the choices were. And have we got anything to search? No items. Not a lot of items to be found at this point.
Destination. Take note that enemy forces lie in wait. There, the rocky outcrop. Scale it and report back your findings.
So we can... We've got anything else we can find? You'll find caches around the map. Such as this cache here. No items found. Doesn't seem to be many items in this at the moment for the tutorial, strangely enough. Let's go electrify this fella. Actually no, we'll sneak up on him with stealth. Even though it'll be introduced, and it'll be funny to see what happens after, before and after the cutscene. Oh. So look where his body rests, and we'll just observe, and his body's vanished. Amazing. So we do have a map, as it mentioned, which we can see the entire map. This light area is basically saying which floor you're on. There are different floors, as you can see, which you would highlight. And our body is magically moved over here, interestingly. Probably because it's too close to the edge. At least the developers thought about that. And we've skilled up, so we have a choice, and this choice is we'll go in for upgrading our electrics in a minute. So in the next one we'll be able to choose whether we want to shoot 3 arcs or ricochet into a nearby enemy. Yeah, now these little animations just seem to go on a little longer than they should.
There are looters gathered at the dome's entrance. A lot of them, but they're not equipped to be more than a nuisance.
Take care nonetheless, Zachariah. That guard there, separated from his group. Sneak on him and the battle will be easily won.
So we shall go with this stance. We've got another ledge to go down. So what happens is we climb down and then that is a little animation that has to be performed. It's not just a case of you can carry on running straight away. We'll just go up, sneak attack on him and then finish him off. So we're out of combat now. If you watch the health meter, it will regenerate pretty quickly. I think that is because of the start we invested in at the start of the game. Otherwise, it does recharge at an extremely low rate, like a trickle. So I think we did right by investing in that skill for this playrun. Again, there's another cache all the way up here, but unfortunately, it's just like the others.
Stay near.
Come on.
The structure is like a maze.
Show me.
The inexperienced could easily become
No item found. As you just found out, you can also interact with other characters, but they don't offer much additional dialogue. Yeah, there is some of these slowdowns. I don't quite understand whether it means it will connect or what. Doesn't seem to always. Come on. Die. Wasted that skill. He fell outside range and it applied it even though it didn't use it. Yeah, you can tell if there's any items to search just because of this little blue lines that appear. You can see they disappear once they've been searched. So we'll go this way. There are 2 routes if we were to look at our map towards getting towards our objective. But I really don't want to prolong the combat out any more than we need to. So what I can do is sneak up to this character and perhaps have a better chance of stealth attacking him. Yeah, so there's slow-mo there, even though it didn't connect. We might as well change to our Guardian class. And I would have thought that would have interrupted, but I guess it's just a chance of interrupting. That chance is not always guaranteed. And it seems that our companion at this stage doesn't die. But you do get two companions pretty soon after this tutorial bit, and once their health drops to 0, they do pass out of combat until it is safe, and then they just regenerate back pretty much again, Mass Effect style. Just unfortunate you cannot revive them. So we'll just check out, is there anything else we can craft? Increase our weapon stats. Yeah, nothing too much, we'll stick with that. And finish taking these guys on. Interestingly, that was not the guy I was targeting. And our axe can target multiple enemies. We've poisoned him. Oh, our gun is overheated, that means we can't use it while it is cooling down. Looks like our enemies can sort of dodge and parry our attacks. And we'll just switch to this one because we can interrupt him. So the shield is good when you're dealing against those with weapons, those with projectile weapons such as guns. Very good choice for defensive options. I did come across a scenario where I had 3 guys and I was able to defeat them just using the Guardian stance, fortunately, where I struggled with the other 2 stances. So something is sitting in the rocks. Something menacing looking. And ooh, and they all just appear. For this one, it's a good idea to use this stance. Pretty much one shot most enemies. I do apologise, slip of the tongue there, guys.
Sometimes I wonder if initiating you is the right thing to do.
And we can drain serum from these.
No, you're ready, Zachariah. With that, there is no doubt. I worry about you and care for your happiness. Once you become a Technomancer, there's no going back. You lose your freedom. From the moment our abilities are brought into the light, to the moment the light is snuffed from our eyes, the Technomancers are nothing but pawns on a chessboard. We have no free will. Abundance forces its will on us. I think about the future. How hard it will become as the ASC rises in power. And perhaps I'm just being paranoid. Forgive your master's little spell. You must focus on more important things.
Yes. Let's just do that. Yeah, so absolutely no caches around here, and we can level up again. So I think with this one we can use 3 arcs, which looks useful. What's it saying? Have we got any better weapons that we can use? Thought we had a gun that we could use, but we can't use it. Anything else? An increase in stats, so we'll go for that. A slight increase, but hey, we'll go with it. So you can see clothing while increases your protection. They have other attributes.
Same as that in our chapel. Accessible only to the combined energies of 2 Technomancers.
And isn't that convenient? We're in the dome, we'll just have to make our way to the main hall.
The entrance, and beyond, the main room.
Quite a large place.
For being so old, it's in great condition. What exactly, Master, is inside the dome?
Knowledge, Zack. The very essence of knowledge, even.
We've got our 3 arcs now. So perhaps we could check that out. Yeah, there we go. 3 enemies in 1 hit.
These creatures do not belong.
See, our gun's overheated.
Their very presence is a danger to the relics. We must seek out their origin. I remember well the first time I came here. I was fascinated. I really thought I was part of an elite.
It is worth exploring, as you will find other crates around.
We're still faced with so many obstacles that we can't do anything with it.
And items from corpses, it seems. Where the crate's probably on this side. And there it is. You can see some bad guys looming around over there. That is where we'll be generally heading to, eventually. Oh, hello.
This is the main room. The console over there. Activate it.
Alright, let's go check this out. Heed its words. So this provides a little bit of information.
Witness registration, March 17th, 2076. Subject 12. The subject appears acclimatized, pulse elevated but steady, unaffected by any visible health concerns. James, how do you feel?
Great. So alive. My heart's racing and I'm going to take on the world. And I'm being honest here, it's a bit overwhelming.
Subject self-report is consistent and substantiated with our measurements of healing other subjects, all of whom produce EEGs indicating activity levels acutely higher than any ever associated with a human not subjected to the mutation. The only adverse side effect, it appears, is the near tenfold increase in corporeal and cerebral electricity. Dangerous levels that will necessitate the urgent invention of devices.
Now, if this doctor was saying that in front of me, I'd be a bit worried and I wouldn't be sitting there quiet.
This man talking about technomancy, about mutations, as if I can't believe.
And yet it still might be so. This recording dates to the first settlers. Speaks of the first Technomancers. Shocking, perhaps? Where did you think our abilities came from? A divine power?
I don't, but we have no physical signs of mutation, and I don't know any mutant that has our gifts.
And why should any of those things matter? Might not our mutation simply be of a different form? This brings us to the most important point. What you have seen unifies us, unifies the Technomancers. This secret must be kept from all other humans. If this information was discovered by, say, the ASC, we would become nothing but slaves.
I guess that is one way to keep all the Technomancers in check with each other.
But used as human bombs. Take a walk by the mutant pen in the slums one day.
Unity
is what our lives could
through fear.
Don't be dismayed. I have been through this as well, so have all the other Technomancer officers in abundance. Knowledge of this revelation makes you one of us now, more so than your skills. But now is time to deal with the creatures infesting the dome. It would be a real shame if the installations here are damaged, for we will no longer be able to hold initiation trials here.
Yes,
of course.
it would be unfortunate.
We haven't found an opening yet, so they must have breached lower in the dome.
Then that's where we must go. I will divert the attention of these creatures. At the base of the dome, you will find an entry point. If they have swarmed here, they must have dug a passage.
I'm on it.
Right, so off he goes, and we'll just level up. So we've got a choice now. Ooh. Caused by gloves. Well, I don't have any gloves, do we? That might be using that, I'm not sure. Let's just check out other skills. The warrior skill. Small area effect. Chance of dodging blows and shots during the attack. Well, that's a good one. Critical dodges. Oh, I've got a attribute to use as well. I think we'll go for increasing our health again. Or we could... No, we'll go for this, because it's only needed to get us through this tutorial. Well, I'd probably recommend it because of these. Thought they might have been lootable. Yeah, I would recommend it because NPCs can do a fair amount of damage to you. If we go this way, yeah, more loot. I want a stubbed club. So switch our maces. So our stub club weighs less, but also increases chance of critical hit. We'll just head back towards the crafting station. We'll see if there's any upgrades we can put in there. Oops. There we go. Let's check out down here. Fair amount of aliens, monsters, creatures in this area. And another crate. Anything useful? Another stun club. Stubbed club. Keep saying stunned. Stunning. Stunning. Okay. Be serious, guys. Yeah. So we'll just head back. And we'll get to recycle some items and hopefully put a few upgrades in to defeat this final boss we are about to encounter. Spoilers. We could have a jacket in that, but we're just going to recycle that. You get a percentage of recovering items. So as you see, we get less than what the maximum would be for 100%, unfortunately. Let's see. That. And that. Probably get recycle this thing as well. Lots of potential items from there, and we all get very little. So, do we have anything we could upgrade? We'll get this. I know it's very little, every little helps. And then, probably want to increase our staff. Could have a disruption upgrade or another damage upgrade. Let's go with damage upgrades. So literally we've fully upgraded this with damage. Let's see about a nail gun. Yeah, we'll upgrade this with damage as well. And we can have a disruption or critical hit. We'll go with disruption because that's a higher percentage chance. Alright. Didn't see that. What goodies do you have for us? A spiked staff. Which is unfortunately not as good. Well, it probably would be if I hadn't upgraded our staff. So that's worth considering, guys. And that's it. Oh, it missed. Right, moving on. Just got a few more of these weird and strange, wonderfully looking creatures. Yeah, got to get close enough that you can see the health indicators above them, so we'll actually hit them. There's another crate hanging around here. And this is where we shall encounter our boss. And a big boss it is. Now, if I was him, I'd be bricking it. Really wouldn't be standing there. I'd be gone. Be on another planet by now. So what we can see here is this thing has got a little belly, and no, I guess we don't want to be leveling up at this time because it doesn't pause the game. Want to get in there, try and cause as much damage as we can. So we'll just jump back, and nice electric charge. Take care of these things. Oh. Yeah, I want to be moving. We'll try and just heal ourselves a bit. And we'll run in and finish him off. Before he comes and runs in for another attack. Yeah, where you going, big fella? Ouch. Ooh. Some harsh attacks there. See, that was a bit of a wasted health upgrade. But we can move while using them. And it seems we've got a bit of an overload going on in our hands. But fear not, guys. Our trusty master is there to save us. Well, this has been the Technomancer. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. This is pretty much it. There's just a bit more story dialogue before we are thrown into the game and progressing. Keep an eye on Christ Centered Gaming on ChristCenteredGamer.com for a review of the Technomancer coming in due time. But also Rimmed Reezer will be appearing there before this one. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more if you enjoyed this. And you might find more the Technomancer videos popping along in the roll up to the review. Until next time, gamers, this has been centaurianmudpig. Bye for now.